My father also gave himself a third name when he decided to leave everything behind and defend his homeland against Japanese invasion with his new wife. He named himself Purple East. He was born with opium withdrawal symptoms. Opium smoke had to be blown into his face to stop the convulsions. His mother, father, and uncles were all opium addicts. The Opium War was a total victory for England. The British took from China not just silver, tea, spice, and silk, but the vitality of the country as people poor and rich fell to the opium invasion. My father's family came from a long line of scholars who devoted their lives to studying for the imperial examination. It was a system of selecting civil servants based on merit, rewarding high achievers with official positions, wealth, and land. There had been successes enough to have accumulated enough land and wealth for the family that working for a living was not necessary. My grandfather had hopes of continuing the family tradition. His early attempts were unsuccessful. When he finally passed the provincial exam, was rewarded a title and ready to move on to tackle the higher level exams, a reform ended the 1500-year-old imperial examination system. With that, his dream, and only vocation he knew of, vanished. In his view, his life was over. Opium offered solace, dulled his frustration, and replaced purpose. My grandfather refused to acknowledge that the world had changed. For as long as he lived, he kept his and my father's hair in a queue, a mandate during the Manchurian rule. My father was born after the revolution that had ended the Qing dynasty. Therefore, few males, if any, of my father's age sported the queue which symbolized the past and the Manchurian occupation of China. As soon as my grandfather passed, my father cut off his queue and took steps to create a life outside of the opium smoke of decay. He left the home tutor and attended boarding school. He became a teacher. When he handed his mother his salary, she cried. It was the first time she had seen money coming in to the household from the time she first married into the family. There was hope for this dying family after all. Decades later, one of my father's former students would come and visit us regularly bearing gifts. Purple East was apparently a charismatic young teacher loved by his students.